Can love conquer the secrets hidden within the heart of the forest? This is Juma's story.
Once upon a time, in a village at the edge of a vast magical forest, there lived a hunter named Juma. He knew a lot about animals and the ways of the forest. He lived with his wife, Amora, in a small house made of mud and thatch. Juma was known for his bravery and skill, but he often felt lonely even though he had a loving wife. He wanted something more, something special that he couldn't quite name. One bright and sunny day, Juma decided to go deeper into the forest than he had ever gone before. He packed some food, his bow, and his arrows, and set off. As Juma walked deeper into the forest, he noticed how quiet it became. The tall trees stood like giant guardians, and the sunlight filtered through the leaves, creating beautiful patterns on the ground. After a long walk, he came across a sparkling pool of water. This place felt magical and different from anywhere else he had been. Juma decided to hide behind a big tree and watch the pool. He wanted to see what kind of animals came there to drink. He waited, and just when he was about to leave, he saw a herd of antelopes coming towards the pool. Juma got ready with his bow and arrows, thinking he might hunt one. But then, something incredible happened. The antelope stopped by the pool, looked around, and then started taking off their skins. Underneath their skins, they were not animals, but beautiful people wearing fine clothes. They laughed and talked and looked very happy. Juma's eyes widened in amazement. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. The antelope people hung their skins on the branches of the trees and then walked away, saying they were going to the market. When they were out of sight, Juma sneaked out from his hiding place. He carefully chose the best skin and hid it in his pack. Then he climbed up a tall tree, waiting for the antelope people to return. As the sun began to set, the antelope people came back to the pool. They took their skins from the trees, put them on, and turned back into antelopes. But one young woman couldn't find her skin. She looked and looked, but it was gone. Her friends tried to help her, but it was no use. They had to leave her behind and return to the forest. The young woman sat by the pool, crying. She didn't know what to do. Juma, who had been watching from the tree, felt sorry for her. He climbed down and approached her. "Why are you crying?" Juma asked gently. The young woman looked up at him with tearful eyes. At first, she didn't want to tell him, but Juma promised to help her and keep her secret. "I have lost my skin," she said. "Without it, I can't become an antelope again. I have no home and no way to return to my family." Juma felt a mix of guilt and sympathy. He said, "You can come home with me. I will take care of you and you can be my wife. I promise to keep your secret safe." The young woman, with no other choice, agreed. Juma told her that he had taken her skin, but she still decided to go with him. He named her Nia, which means purpose, because he felt she was the special thing he had been searching for. They walked back to Juma's village together. When they arrived, Amara was curious. "Where does your new wife come from?" she asked. Juma made up different stories. Sometimes he said Nia was the daughter of another hunter. Other times, he said she came from a faraway village. Amara was suspicious, but she didn't press too hard. Years went by, and Nia and Juma had 3 children. They lived happily together, and Juma loved Nia and their children very much. However, Amara was always curious about Nia's true story. She asked Nia many times where she came from, but Nia never told her. One day, Amora made some very tasty palm wine. Juma drank too much of it and got very tipsy. Amora saw her chance and asked him again, where does Nia really come from? Because he was not in control of his senses, Juma told Amora everything about the magical pool, the antelope skins, and how he had taken Nia's skin. Amora listened carefully and kept the secret to herself. The next day, Amora and Nia had a big argument. They fought about how much food to give to their children. In her anger, Amora shouted, "You are just an antelope, and your skin is in our husband's room." Nia realized her secret was out. She knew she had to leave. She went to Juma's room and found her skin. She soaked it in water to make it soft and put it on. She turned back into an antelope. Nia ran to the farm where Juma and their children were walking. She used her tail to touch her children, and they turned into young antelopes. "Goodbye," she cried to Juma. "You were good to me, but now that Amora knows my secret, we have to go. Stay, please. Please, Juma begged, but Nia shook her head. We must leave, she said, and with her children, she ran into the forest. Juma was very sad and angry. He went home and told Amora to leave. He spent many days in the forest, hoping to see Nia and their children again, but he never did. He felt their presence in the forest and knew they were safe. Juma became a guardian of the forest, protecting the animals. His story was told to children in the village, a story about love, secrets, and the magic of the forest.
And so, Juma's tale teaches us that true love respects and cherishes the secrets of the heart. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more interesting tales on this channel.